Hello everybody and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. Anyway, winter weather contest, I will have the results of that. Looks like we may end up with what we've got right now. We'll see. Let's talk about this rainfall because it's going to be doggone wet. You're going to need to make sure you have all of your rain gear. Anyway, what you're looking at here is the GFS. This is the what we call the 12Z run, the morning run of the GFS. And this is, I'll explain everything you're looking at here. This is going out through time. This is the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. The pink lines are the temperatures at a given point. And then you have the black lines, which is the minimum temperature. So you have the maximum and the minimum. This is showing you total precipitation up into that point. And then this is snowfall. Obviously, you see 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Anyway, so the point that I want to make here is this is with the GFS. On the 8th, so this is on Tuesday, especially late in the day, and you can see that and by the way, you can see the legend over here that it's going by 1.2, 1.6, 2 inches right there. So you can see how it rapidly starts in central Arkansas late Tuesday. And then look at how each of these bars goes up pretty significantly all the way through the 10th Wednesday at midnight. So this is the period that the computer models are showing the most rain, the heaviest rain. And you add that period up, it goes up to almost 5 inches. So within about 24 hours, you have about 5 inches of rain. And that could lead to some problems. Some flash flooding problems. I don't think it would be too widespread, but I do think that there will be some flash flooding problems. Then down the road, river flooding. Notice how the rainfall amounts still continue down through the 11th of March, the 12th of March, but it's not as much. I think that it becomes more intermittent. So you go from 5 inches of rain from late Tuesday and into Wednesday to 6.8 to 7.1 to 7.3 inches of rain. So 2 more inches of rain stretched out over a few days. Again, this is just one run of the computer model. And I'll go back to that in just a second. Let's go. That's from weatherbell.com, by the way. I want to give full credit to weatherbell.com. This is eurowx.com, and give credit to them. This is, of course, the European model. And this is on Monday, late in the day. It's showing you how much precipitation in the previous 6 hours. And there's the scale over here on the left. So you see over Texas and Oklahoma, we're dry, maybe a couple areas of light rain across western Arkansas. Let's just go out to Tuesday morning. So this is looking at Monday night and into Tuesday morning. Again, for the previous 6 hours. So this is midnight Tuesday to 6 a.m. And you see the rain here across western Arkansas. More substantial rain as this big area of low pressure loft pulls out of the western United States. And then look what happens during the afternoon according to the European. You see how it's edging into Arkansas now. This is from noon on Tuesday to 6 p.m. So I think this really starts to pick up Tuesday afternoon. And this is showing, a half an inch to maybe even up to 1 inch of rain in that 6 hour period of time. Notice eastern Arkansas is the last to see it. Then you look at the time period from 6 p.m. on Tuesday to midnight Wednesday morning. The state, we're getting rain in that 6 hour period. And then it seems to want to, with a boundary, focus right along the I-30 corridor to 167 corridor. Wednesday morning from midnight to 6 a.m. and then Wednesday from 6 a.m. to noon, focusing over western Arkansas. Notice how that shifts east during the day Wednesday. That's from noon Wednesday to 6 p.m. And then from 6 p.m. to midnight on Thursday. Like I said, remember, it should start to come to an end late Wednesday. Things should start to taper off some. Well, according to the European, it keeps it going for a while. And even into Thursday with a strong fetch of Gulf moisture. So how much is the European showing? The European computer model, let's just take it out through late Saturday. Late Saturday. Lesser amounts across the far north, northeast, and near the Mississippi River. And it looks like it's this area of the state. This is just a computer model. Remember how I always talk about computer models are like political polls? It's going to rain, it's just how much. So we have to know, and one of the uncertainties, where does the heavy rain axis set up? The last run of the GFS had a little axis over here and an axis over here. Well, this kind of keeps it and has been the trend and consistent with right along the I-30 corridor and the 167 corridor, suggesting some significant amounts right through southwest and southwest and through central Arkansas. Now let me go back to this. And this is what I put together for the forecast. And again, flash flooding possible, river flooding likely. And this sort of mirrors what several runs of the GFS have done. This mirrors what the European looks like. This also mirrors what the Weather Prediction Center has. Northern Arkansas, 1 to 3 inches right along the Missouri border. But then you start moving further towards the south in this yellow shaded area, 3 to 5 inches of rainfall. And this is all Tuesday through Saturday total. Remember what I showed you. A lot of this falls in the Tuesday, Wednesday time period, especially late Tuesday into Wednesday. And then you get the 5 to 7 inches of rain. And again, the axis of this is still subject to change. This is still several days away. The system hasn't even made it ashore, really, and so from the Pacific Ocean. So this is subject to change. There's so many things that can happen, so many different variables, including thunderstorms. I mentioned that in the previous blog post. What if thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast rob some of the moisture from streaming towards the north? 7 inches of rain or more right in this corridor of southwestern Arkansas. Again, this can change still. This is just a preliminary outlook. And notice it's for a long period of time. But the Weather Prediction Center even has some areas up to 10 inches in this portion of the state. So right now, this is a good preliminary look as to what I think is going to happen. What do you think? Treat? Thank you very much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.